How's it going, fam? It's Erica with Not Your Average EDC, and today we are looking at the March test subjects. Yay! We have a lot of stuff that we're testing this month. Tons of fixed blades, tons of traditionals. Let's get into it. I'm very excited about it. So we have 5 fixed blades and 4 traditional knives that we're testing. The reason I'm doing so many fixed blades is because my testing with fixed blades tends to run a little shorter than my normal testing for folders. Basically, there's no moving parts, there's no clips, screws, pivots, springs, locking mechanism. There's nothing to these, right? So we don't have to test them for a month to figure out if they're going to work or not. You kind of run the steel, see if it works. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So we're going to do a bunch of mini tests with some fixed blades, see how they work. Right here I have the LT Wright Frontier Valley in A2 tool steel. So that's one of them that we're going to run. I also have the BGM Knives Mini Spade in Crewware Double Hollow Ground. So we'll test this. Next up is the Bark River North Country EDC in CPM 154 Convex Ground. And then we have the Kyle Noseworthy Tradesman in 01 Tool Steel. So I'm going to carry all of those on my belt and test them, and then I do have one that I'm going to kind of dedicate to like food prep and kitchen work and stuff because it's a little too big and cumbersome to carry on my belt at work. So this Mule Team CPM Rex 76, this one's going to be used more so at home during this month just because it's so large, and like I said, this isn't going to be like the best knife to carry on my belt all the time, so that one we're also going to be testing, but it'll kind of be like an at-home test. And then for traditional knives, little folders that we have the GEC Bullnose. This is in 1095, which I am carrying in this little slip. And then I have one of these on the way in the Pioneer size for all of these little case Sodbusters. So we have this one in True Sharp Stainless. We have this one, which is in True Sharp Stainless as well, which is basically just 420HC. And then we have this last one in 1095, which is a high carbon steel. So that's what we're testing this month. I'm very excited about it. I'm excited to do kind of like a simple old school carry. We're going to do first impressions on these two in a second because we haven't done that yet. And let me just go over a couple things. I want to thank everyone who has been supportive of the channel, who has sent funds in for testing subjects or sending in actual test subjects for me to borrow or keep. I want to thank you guys for that. That's what keeps the channel going. I'm very appreciative of that. The reason we're doing traditional knives is because I have officially decided that there's nothing new and innovative in the community that I like. There just isn't. I have been out of the knife community for quite some time now, as you guys know, in terms of like the general EDC and knife community. Is just not something that I want to really be part of anymore. No offense to anyone in it, no offense to anyone that enjoys it, but once I left Instagram, I just realized that I enjoy different things than most of the community. I really like old school stuff. I like simple. I don't like fidgety. I don't like super expensive, other than my Chris Reeve knives. Sorry for the stuffy nose. I literally just got in from outside. My hair is probably still wet. It's snowing out. Yeah, I just don't feel like I'm part of that anymore. Once I left Instagram, I just realized I kind of want to live like a simple life. I like my simple little tools. I like old school stuff. I'm not a fidgeter. I just kind of like the old stuff, I guess. I like simple. I like tool steels. I like patina. So I've kind of decided that I'm just, gonna take it easy this month and test this stuff. There's nothing really new that I enjoy that's being dropped. There's nothing I want. So we're just going to test some old school stuff, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. One thing to mention is that on both the Case and the GEC knives, they don't come with an edge, really. You actually have to put your own edge on it, so that's an interesting point. I already put my own edge on this one, as you can see. So this has a nice sharp edge on it. That one's ready to go. I put kind of a more refined edge on this one as well. And then the other two I just hit with a ceramic rod when they got home because they had a pretty big burr from the factory. And these ones are just running on that. So a little more of a toothy edge on these two. But yeah, you definitely have to kind of take care of that edge right away because it comes with like a guideline of where the edge should be, but not an actual edge. Just an important piece of information there. Fit and finish on these two, much better than the previous case that came through. So in my last video, we looked at how these covers do not match up on this particular knife. Notice how the brass liner is proud under here. That's because they don't match up. So that was really disappointing. However, with the two that just came through, they're also thinner, I've noticed. They're just much thinner than this bottom one. Okay? But the fit and finish is much better. Grind lines uneven, but that's pretty typical of Case. However, the knives themselves are pretty darn flawless, so we have covers that match up perfectly. Very nice fit and finish, just minimal gapping, which is typical with these knives. You know, they're like $55. So we have just some hairline gaps in there, but nothing crazy at all. Fit and finish is gorgeous. Centering is on point. All of the pins are nicely finished, in my opinion. So centering is perfect. Fit and finish is just gorgeous on these. So this is, you know, this made me happy. This is what our grandfathers used. This is what we're looking for from Case. This is a pleasure to use and to carry. This is exactly what I wanted. Was, you know, these are perfect examples of what American manufacturing can do if they just put in the effort and they have the workers that are passionate about what they do. So I'm really excited to test these. They're gorgeous representations of Case knives. I've carried Case knives since I was a child. I was raised on like Bucks, Case, Swiss Army knives. That's kind of what I carried. My father made knives, and he had like his own version of a Buck 110 that he made, or he either made it or someone from Chicago Cutlery made it for him. But either way, my dad made knives at Chicago Cutlery. I've always been into knives. He's way more old school. He would never carry like a knife with a flipper or a pocket clip ever. You would never see him with one of those. He carries stuff like this, old school folding slip joints. And that really like flowed down to me. I love them. I literally got more excited about these coming in than I have about any production knife that I've gotten in the past like multiple years. No word of a lie. These are way more exciting to me than any flippy, fidgety thing that I could get my hands on. So I'm really excited to test these. I love traditional knives. I think they're gorgeous. Moving forward with the channel, I think you're going to be seeing a lot more of these because I really enjoy using them. I think they're beautiful. I don't think there's enough content on this type of stuff on YouTube because everyone has the latest and greatest fidgety stuff. So you're probably going to be seeing more like Case knives, more traditionals. I'd love to get some Bokers through here. You know, if I can get more GECs somehow at some point, I would love to test those too. Obviously, you're probably going to see more Case knives just because for my viewers, they're more easily accessible than the GECs. So there's not really a point in me like trying to get all of these GEC knives when you guys as viewers probably won't be able to get them. So we're going to be testing a lot of Case knives and seeing if they are stepping up that quality, if these perform to the expectations that I set for them, how they feel using them, all that good stuff. I'm just really excited about it, guys. I think, like I said, moving forward with the channel, I think we're just going to start kind of going back to, like, old school stuff, because none of the new stuff interests me, and I'm not going to make content on things that are new just because I think my viewers want it if I'm not passionate about it. So, literally what brings me joy is, like, fixed blades and slip joints. I'm serious. I like some folders, you know, I like some modern stuff, but not really too much at all. There's nothing, like, literally new coming out that catches my eye. So we're probably going to kind of take some steps back on the channel because I don't really care to please, like, fanboys or anything. We're just going to be taking a step back, and I think just, like, really focusing on the beauty of older style stuff, fixed blades, maybe some new stuff here and there, but really, I think you're going to be seeing a lot of handmade work. I think because I'm in contact with some knife makers, you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff like this where it's handmade, hand forged, not mass production stuff. We have another knife coming in from Kyle Noseworthy onto the channel at some point, so that'll be tested. We have different items coming in from different companies and makers and stuff. Yeah, I'm just kind of done with the whole production thing. I think that's run its course here on the channel for the most part, and we're just going to be focusing on, like, actually enjoying and using the tools that we have. And you know what the good thing about these is like, these are so much more affordable and obtainable for the majority of people watching. I don't want to be, like, always showing stuff that's $500 that you guys may not be able to afford. Like, we just ran the Chris Reeves. We've closed that chapter. You know, I have one that will be coming in 4 years from now at some point, but, like, I just want to show you guys stuff that you may actually be able to buy and afford and use. And these are, like, $55-$60. Like, most people can buy a case knife. And the quality is pretty dang spotty on these, so I do suggest going in store and getting them. But maybe they're going to turn things around. I think they're working on stuff. I would love to just focus a little more on, like, things that are affordable, I guess. We're going to be testing some slips, of course. But yeah, that's what we're going to be testing this month. Very excited about it. I've always just been kind of like a simplistic vintage girl at heart. I really am. Like, I'm happiest in vintage striped pants and old vintage style shirts. Like, this freaking sweatshirt. Let me show you this real quick. This sweatshirt literally has the old school pockets. Like, you don't see people wearing this stuff anymore because it's not new and trendy, but I love it. I just love simplicity, and I love reminiscing on how things used to be so easy. So that's what we're testing this month, guys. Fit and finish on these, like I said, is exactly what I wanted. They're absolutely stunning representations of what Case is capable of doing when they do things right. Very excited about these. I think they're gorgeous. I can't wait to see how the True Sharp goes with the 1095. I'm very curious to see which one performs better, if either one does at all. Also curious to see how 1095 from GEC stacks up to 1095 from Case. I'm just really excited about all of these pieces that we have to test here, and I have to thank you guys for, you know, supporting the channel, moving forward with it, sending things in, sending funds to purchase these things. I just really appreciate it all, and I'm so excited to kind of see where the channel goes from here, taking a step back and just kind of going over some special pieces, guys, things that people actually put their heart into, you know? Like, I just don't get the same satisfaction from machine-made stuff as I do from something that you literally know was in a real human being's hands for the entire time it was made, you know? Like, these are handmade, guys. These case knives are handmade. They're hand pinned? I don't know. Everything is done by hand. Same with the GECs. Handmade. That's why these are so freaking expensive. But, like, you know, look at this. This BGM mini spade. I've been to John's shop. It's just so cool to, like, have a piece that you know was in a human being's hand the whole time. And, like, they put their heart and soul into it. This is just way more intriguing to me and special and worth the money compared to something that I know, like, a machine made the entire thing. I'm just old school. I'm just an old school girl at heart, I guess. And I can't avoid it any longer. So that's what we're testing, guys. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you stick around for this testing. I think it'll be fun, relaxing, memorable. I can't wait to see how these all perform. I will see you guys on the next video. Go use your shit. Learn how to sharpen your knives. And I will see you on the next video. I love you all very, very much. Take care.